I've always wanted to be like my friends. I used to envy the rest of the boys. Cool, good-looking, popular, accepted. I was never the athletic sort, given my medical condition. I've never won any medal or award for the school. I couldn't even do PE. Back then, I wished the girls had liked me. Back then, I wished they had talked to me. Back then, I wished they had even looked my way. I was the weakest in my class, physically, mentally. I would get bullied in my class. I was just another boy in my class, just another face in the crowd. My teacher would punish me for not being able to answer his questions. It's not that I don't know how to answer. I just didn't have the courage to answer.
Is this how you should be greeting a teacher?
No.
Is this how you should be answering a teacher?
No.
No. When I ask you a question, better answer clearly. Is that understood?
I could never do anything right. I was a nuisance. I was never fantastic in my studies. My parents were always disappointed in me. They never gave me the love and care I needed. All they could think about were the endless medical bills that kept on coming. They would fight and argue, and I would be caught in the middle. They would say they were wasting time and money on me and wished I was never born. Their hearts were never shared with me. I would blame myself for their problems. I hated myself for that, but I never hated my parents. I found myself alone in this world. I'd given up as how others had given up on me. I didn't know how long I could go on like this. But one day, I met Mr. Johnny in school. But somehow, with Mr. Johnny, things began to change. It was strange how word got around about the weird and weak little boy who could never speak up. It wasn't like I chose to be like this. 10 years ago, I wondered what was it that Mr. Johnny wanted. Day and night, I had prayed, hoping for someone to reach for me, someone to be there for me, someone who would listen. And so it is Mr. Johnny was the only person I could confide in. I told him everything. For once, I have someone in my life who takes the time to listen. My preparations for the examinations soon began. With Mr. Johnny and me communicating with each other on his trusty old typewriter, he became my best friend. I began to believe in myself. I began to have faith. I began to have goals. With Mr. Johnny's help, I tried out floorball, a sport that I always wanted to try. Mr. Johnny also taught me the values of honest, hard work and independence. I gained self-confidence, and most importantly, I gained independence and a sense of self-worth. Mr. Johnny taught me what was right and what was wrong. Most importantly, he taught me what it is like to be a person. He taught me how to live and not to just exist. My best friend, Mr. Johnny, has always been there for me, encouraging me every step of the way. I was glad that he has always believed in me. Even though by the time this letter is read, I would surely be gone. I just want to tell you all how eternally grateful I am to Mr. Johnny. Pa, Ma. Even though you have never had faith in me, I still do love you to this day. The doctor said 10 years ago, I had only a few more months to live. He had said that I would be lucky to survive to see primary school leaving examination. But with the love, care, and sharing of kindness Mr. Johnny has shown and given me, I managed to survive for another decade. Enough to go through the O-levels and enjoy a normal junior college life. 10 years ago, I wondered what was it that Mr. Johnny wanted to do for me. Today, as I write this letter, I understood clearly. He knew right from the start I was suffering from a terminal disease, but he wanted to make sure that I could live to my maximum potential. He believed in me where others wouldn't. For all that he has done for me 10 years ago, I am grateful. Thank you, Mr. Johnny. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the last typewritten letter ever written to me by my ex-student, Alif, who was passed on last week. At his request, this letter was read to you, my fellow teachers and parents, as a gentle reminder that student or the child whom no one wants is the one who needs you most.